That was the dumbest game I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Gonna be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. It's put in the thumbnail. It's put in the title of this stream, of this pod, of this recap. That Phillies win, do we even call it a deserved win? Probably not, because the Nationals had so many other chances to... They were basically handing you the game, I guess you can say. And the Phillies costing themselves constantly with their putrid defense. Johan Rojas in center field. Trea Turner's horrid defense at shortstop. He made 2 brutal plays. Same thing with Johan Rojas making 2 brutal plays. And those 2 are the ones contributing the most offensively tonight. So it's literally a fucking holy... What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Zach Wheeler was really good, obviously, but once again, Zach Wheeler allows another home run, so that's very annoying. And then Orion Kirkring comes out when the Phillies do add on insurance in the bottom of the 8th inning. Orion Kirkring blows it, plus on top of the terrible defense. You had your chance to win the ball game. You did. You had your chance to win to close the game out in the top of the 9th. Regardless of the defense. You had Lau down 2 strikes. I believe it was a 1-2 count. He was struggling with the fastball up high. Let's throw a hanging slider in the wheelhouse for him to crush it on a 2-strike pitch to give the Nationals the lead. 6-5. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I don't understand that pitch sequence. I know people will fully blame that inning on Trea Turner and Johan Rojas, and rightfully so. But even so, you still had a position down 1 more strike to win the ball game. You got to execute on the mound, so it goes both to Orion Kirkring, which for some reason, I don't even know why he's in that situation to begin with. I don't trust him in high-leverage situations. You think he can get 3 outs. And granted, his defense did not help him whatsoever, because if Trea Turner makes a simple throw to first base, you're probably not in the situation where Kirkring blows the save. You can't even feel good about this. You cannot even feel good about this game. Yeah, they came back in the bottom of the 9th inning. Alec Boehm leadoff hit. Bryson Stott walk. They eventually get over to third base. Max Kepler barely missed one to center field. Rojas sacrifice fly, even though Boehm was fucking gunned out. It was just that the catcher for the Nationals, Ruiz, just completely botched the bounce. Boehm was out by at least a couple of inches. Ruiz couldn't handle the bounce at home plate, and Boehm scored because of it. And then the freaking fluke, Jesus Christ, like a wild pitch that just squirts by Ruiz from Finnegan on the mound, and then Bryson Stott, I guess, read it instantly, and he decided to run home on the wild pitch, and he beat the throw out, so good on Bryson Stott, but holy fucking shit, that was risky. Holy shit. I would joke saying that's the presence of Trea Turner at the plate causing Finnegan to throw that wild pitch in order for that to happen, because Trea Turner offensively was your best player today. So I'll give him that credit, but Jesus Christ, the defense, man. Like, what are we doing? The 8th inning when bases are loaded. The sneezes were going to come out eventually. Like, what are we doing with the bases loaded here with Jose Alvarado on the mound? You have a chance to turn double play. You decide to throw home when Rosario is not even going home in general. So it's instead of a double play and a man on third base, you now have bases loaded and nobody else for, Jose Alvarado to try to get himself out of that situation. And also Johan Rojas. I'm not sure. Was it Johan Rojas that struggled during that inning? I don't think it was Rojas. I think Rojas was definitely in the top of the 9th, and I think Rojas struggled when Zach Wheeler was on the mound. It was during a C.J. Abrams hit the center field, and Rojas tracked the ball very, 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 very poorly. So yeah, go figure there. Johan Rojas had a home run today, so for that specific mistake, he made up for it because I believe he homered the very next half inning. But holy shit, the defense, my God. And good for Jose Alvarado to strike out the next 3 batters after that situation to not allow a run to score. It's just that pitch count. Why are we even putting ourselves in that position? This is basically how you describe, why did it need to get that bad? Why did it need to get that bad? The Phillies just allowed it to get that bad. One, the offense stopped doing things besides Trea Turner at the plate because Trea Turner was 4 for 4 in today's game with an RBI. Bryce Harper, yeah, he hit the ball hard today, and of course his only hit is a bunt single. Kyle Schwarber had the 2-run shot in the first inning. Nick Castellanos did jack diddly squat. JT Realmuto did jack diddly squat. Alec Boehm, he did have the hit in the 9th inning, which, basically was the tying run, so I guess there's something. Sosa didn't do anything today. Bryson Stott got the walk in his lone pinch hit opportunity. Wilson went 0 for 2. Kepler went 0 for 2 after he came into the ball game, and then Johan Rojas went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. So all of your RBIs coming from today are Trea Turner, Kyle Schwarber, and Johan Rojas. And Johan Rojas and Trea Turner have 6 of the Phillies' 9 hits today. What? Trea Turner I can understand, because Trea Turner is way better offensively, and people don't give him enough credit for that. Now, granted, I'm not going to go full-on Trea Turner defense here, because ironically, his fucking defense is terrible. I just can't defend that. I can't. I could defend his offense, because with the bat today, he was very good. Very good. 3 singles, a double, which allowed you to get some insurance runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. So good there. But then the defense, man, it's just like, why are we rushing plays? Why are we making these hesitation plays? It just doesn't need to happen. It doesn't need to happen. At this point, you would be better with Bryson Stott at shortstop. Either you put Trea Turner at second base or you put Trea Turner in the outfield. Because at this point, you can't cut it with this defense at shortstop. You just cannot. You cannot. With these costly mistakes, because it makes pitchers throw extra pitches. And granted, yes, I did throw shit at Orion Kerkering, because yes, Kerkering, for all the defensive mistakes as well, he still had a chance to get the final out with a 1-2 count allow, and you throw a pitch that didn't need to be thrown in that situation because he was struggling against the fastball. Why are we speeding up his bat? I just don't understand the pitch sequence there. I don't. And this game kind of overshadows, which was a very solid performance from Zach Wheeler. Almost went a full 7 innings in this game. He got into situations where he allowed a solo home run, once again, in a very, very long at-bat with Garcia. Zach Wheeler, he went 6 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs allowed, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Zach Wheeler wasn't the issue today. Zach Wheeler was not the issue. Matt Strahm, he allowed the inherited run to score after Zach Wheeler came out of the ball game. Alvarado threw 23 pitches just to get out of that bases loaded jam, no thanks to his defense. And then Kerkering, he allowed 4 runs. 3 of those are unearned because of Trea Turner and Johan Rojas. 1 inning, 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts on 27 pitches. I don't even know why was Kerkering in the game at that point. I don't know why you put Kerkering in the 9th inning for a save. He's never had a save in his entire career, so why are we putting Kerkering in that situation? Hell, I would have fucking trusted Romano more in that situation to at least get the save. If it blew up in your face, it blew up in your face. I could 100% told you that Kerkering was going to blow up in your face. Now, granted, defensively, he probably would have got the save if Johan Rojas knows how to catch a simple line out and Trea Turner doesn't fuck up a throw to first base. It's just, that stuff can't happen. And it did happen. And that happens constantly with this team. Because, my God, they win ball games, but they don't want to make you feel good about them. And that's exactly what this team does. Jesus fucking Christ. It was the dumbest game I've ever watched in my life. The dumbest game I've ever attended in my life. Holy fucking shit. I knew Kerkering was going to blow up the game as soon as he came in. Like, I see a couple of guys in front of me leaving the games like, oh, guys, okay, I'll see you later, blah, 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 blah. Dude, don't go anywhere. This game ain't fucking over yet. Not with this fucking bullpen. No. And there was a scary situation because Bryson Stott was a little bit gimpy getting up after crossing home plates, sliding to win the ball game. And there is a quote right here from Matt Gelb saying Stott said he's good. They did some x-rays on his hand and no damage, so. And he said it's only his left hand anyway, so it's not as important. Holy fucking shit. So I wonder what happened. Like, some people are saying that Finnegan might have accidentally spiked Stott's hand when he crossed home plate, so that probably makes sense. I'm trying to see if there's anything else just from postgame. Okay, Trea Turner did speak postgame, so we'll definitely get some audio there from Trea Turner just to see what the fuck even happened. But looking at the entire lineup for today, Trea Turner in the batter's box, not defensively. Trea Turner in the batter's box was very good today. He went 4 for 4 with an RBI and 2 runs scored, getting the average now up to 290 with a 367 on base, but his slugging is still very bad at 364. Bryce Harper, his lone hit today was a bunt single after, hitting the ball hard a very few amount of times today and not getting rewarded for it. But his average is still at 231. Kyle Schwarber went 1 for 4 with a 2-run shot in the first inning. We didn't really do much after that. Nick Castellano, he goes 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. JT 0 for 4 with 1 strikeout. Alec Bohm 1 for 4. I went over the entire lineup already. I don't know why I'm doing it again. But that like I said, this game is just dumb. This game was just dumb. And it's probably making me dumb in retrospective. Dumb by proxy, actually. That's probably what it's doing. So let's just go over the entire game. So you go bottom first inning, Trea Turner leadoff single. Kyle Schwarber, first pitch swinging. 2-run shot to left center field puts the Phillies up 2-0. Bottom second, Phillies go down 1-2-3. Bottom third, Johan Rojas crushes a solo shot, makes it a 3-0 Phillies lead. And that was the prior inning where he really judged a C.J. Abrams deep fly ball to center field very poorly. So he made up for that specific mistake. Bottom four, Phillies, they go down 1-2-3. Bottom five, after a 2-out single by Trea Turner, Phillies really didn't do anything after that. Top six, Garcia, after a very long at bat, after he gets behind in the count 0-2, fouls off a lot of pitches. He fouled off like 4 straight pitches, gets into a full count, and then Zach Wheeler just left the pitch right over the middle of the plate, and Garcia crutched it to get the Nationals on the board. Bottom six, Phillies go down 1-2-3. Top seven, Zach Wheeler gets the first 2 outs, and then Young, down 0-2 in the count, doubles to right center field, which then ensues, takes Zach Wheeler out of the game, and then C.J. Abrams, down 1-2 in the count against Matt Strom. He doubles, which scores the run to make it a 3-2 game. Strom eventually gets out of it. Bottom seven, Phillies don't do anything. Top eight, this is where the craziness happens. Rosario with a leadoff single. Ruiz then singles. Lau then quote-unquote grounds into a fielder's choice, which should have been a double play because he grounded it into the Phillies defense playing in to prevent the run from scoring from third. Trea Turner had a very textbook play double play right there, but for some reason, I guess he saw Rosario flinch over on the third base line, and he was like, oh shit, I gotta throw this home, and then he doesn't step on second base. He throws it home, overthrowing home base, might I add. Rosario doesn't score, he stays at third base, so he basically just fucking fooled and broke the ankles of Trea Turner there. So now you got bases loaded, everybody safe, with nobody out. Thank God for fucking Jose Alvarado. Gets Josh Bell to strike out, gets Cruz to strike out, and then gets Call to strike out to end the inning. So big balls there from Jose Alvarado with his defense not helping him out. Good on him to get out of it. Didn't need to put yourself in that situation. So bottom eight, Phillies do get the insurance runs. Johan Rojas with a leadoff single. Trea Turner with a double to deep right field, scores Rojas. Harper then gets the bunt single, and then Turner scores on a wild pitch. Becomes 5-2. Phillies had more chances with Bryce Harper at third base. Castellanos doesn't do anything, and JT does not do anything as well. Then you go top nine. Kerkering starts the ninth off with a strikeout, even though it was a very long at bat, 7 pitches. Then Abrams singles, down 1-2 in the count. There was a lot of those today with C.J. Abrams. Then Wood doubles, scores a run, becomes 5-3. And Wood, that was the liner to center field that Johan Rojas read poorly. Should have been an automatic out. Rojas just completely went over his head. He read that completely wrong off the bat. Then Rosario, simple grounder to Trea Turner, rushes to throw, overthrows it. Bryce Harper has to try to reach to tag him, and he misses. Phillies had the challenge because why the fuck not? And of course, he was obviously safe. Then Ruiz strikes out, so you get 2 outs there, but the runners move, I believe, the second and third base, because it was kind of a wild pitch by Kerkering that Ruiz struck out on. He didn't even try to run the first base. And then with Kerkering against Lau, got him down 1-2 in the count. He throws 2 straight fastballs where it looks like he's struggling to read the fastball. You throw a sweeper that hangs a little bit, and Lau crushes it. You sped his bat up, and Lau gives the Nationals the lead on a 3-run shot. Bottom 9, Bohm leadoff single. Stott comes in to pinch it for Sosa. He walks. Kepler flies out the deep center field, which allows Bohm to move over to third base. Stott then eventually steals second base during the Johan Rojas at bat. Rojas then hits a shallow fly ball to right field. I guess it was deep enough for Alec Bohm to test it. He was out, but Ruiz, the catcher, fucked it up. He fucked up the bounce and missed the ball. Bohm was out. Bohm was out. Way out. Catcher fucked it up. and the game is tied. And then during the Trea Turner at bat, Finnegan throws a wild pitch, and Bryson Stott tests it, and he scores. And the Phillies do win the ball game. They win the ball game. It is a W. It goes in the W column, but it is a W that you do not feel good about whatsoever. Because, once again, it's a situation that the Phillies team just does not make you feel good. The bullpen doesn't make you feel good. The defense doesn't make you feel good. The offense, yeah, they scored in the opportunities that they did get today, and they did fight back. You shouldn't be doing this against the Washington Nationals, though, in my personal opinion. You shouldn't have made it that more difficult. My God. Like I keep saying, this game was dumb. This game was so dumb. It didn't need to get that bad. It didn't need to get that bad. It didn't. Phillies were 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position in today's ball game. Harper went 1 for 1. Castellanos 0 for 2. Kepler 0 for 1. JT 0 for 1. Schwarber 0 for 2. Jesus. My God. Phillies didn't strike out as much against Mackenzie Gore this time. He only had 6 strikeouts. What did he have, 12? On opening day? So they cut that in half. I guess you could say it's a positive. Some people on the Nationals, their bottom of the lineup did nothing. It was just C.J. Abrams had 4 hits. Both leadoff hitters had 4 hits today for both teams. That's crazy. Abrams went 4 for 5. Turner went 4 for 4. So his final at bat would have been his 5th at bat, but doesn't get registered because Stott scored on the wild pitch. Stupid. Stupid. And look at all the bullpen guys that the Nationals brought in. Lopez, 7+ ERA. Ferrer, 7+ ERA. Sims, they got actually they got the Ferrer in that 8th inning. Sims, 11+ ERA. Finnegan, like seriously, they don't score. Well, they did score against Ferrer, but they barely score against the guys that have the near 80 ERAs and the +10 ERAs. But then they score against Kyle Finnegan, who had a sub-2 ERA coming into this. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Holy shit. It doesn't make sense at all. It does not. Now, I do want to listen to Trea Turner here. I do want to hear Trea Turner's thoughts after today's game. Does he hold himself accountable for what happened in the 9th inning? We'll see. Let's see.
What was that last few innings? It was like a whirlwind those last few innings.
Yeah, I was right in the middle of it. Yeah, tough. Put the team in a bad spot right there, but the boys picked me up and had some good ABs and pulled it out. So good team win.
When you have a team like this that can make those heady plays after being punched those people like that in the ninth, what's that say about this team's makeup?
It says a lot. We've been doing it for a few years now, and we never want to give up ever. Doesn't matter the situation, good, bad. If it looks ugly, whatever it is, we're going to keep fighting. And it was nice when to pull it out right there.
That was fucking milk toast right there. Jesus Christ. Turner didn't really tell you. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Oy. 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 My God. My God. It was stupid. Stupid. This game was stupid. I don't even know what to say anymore. This game was stupid. So stupid. So stupid. And if you're hearing that noise, that is that's Zach setting in text messages right now. He's sending in a bunch of text messages. Oh, my God. Let's see. So Zach, oh my God, Zach with the 2-minute call. Zach, you can't be leaving 2-minute calls, man. 2-minute calls. You left a 2-minute one and a 1-minute one. Well, let's go. I think the first call was okay. The first call here was from Steven. He left that actually when did he leave this? I think this was during the 8th inning, if I'm not mistaken. This was before the game was over. If he made this call, so let's get to Steven's call first.
Hey, Amadeo. What else can I say? Rob Thompson is an absolute fucking idiot at times. You would never even have had to have put Kirkering in that situation if you wouldn't have pulled Wheeler with 2 freaking outs. I guarantee you Wheeler could have gotten that other out. And even if he couldn't and would have given another run up, it's the same thing Strom does, and you still have Strom for the 8th. Instead, you waste Strom in the 7th, and then you have to use Alvarado in 8th. He was, by the way, Alvarado was sensational. That was fucking awesome, dude. But that 9th inning, You would never even have had to have used Ryan Kerkering if you did not pull Wheeler with 2 fucking outs in the 7th inning. That was fucking stupid. And Rob Thompson, I mean, I'm one of the people who actually defend Rob at times, but that was absolutely egregious. That was managerial malfucking practice, and I'm pissed off.
I don't know. I think the last thing that I'm mad about is Rob taking out Zach Wheeler. I knew he was going to come out of the ball game if he allowed that last hitter to get on. He was over 100 pitches. Abrams already had like 3 hits coming into that at bat. Yeah, I'm not overly mad about that. With him bringing Strom in, that was 100% going to be the case. So, really can't really complain about that, in my personal opinion. I think the last thing it is on Rob, personally. We got a call here. And Zach's like still leaving text messages during this time. We got Johan Rojas hit an absolute bomb. What the hell was that game? You dumb. Unacceptable defense from Trea. They were lucky they were playing the Nationals. Overall piss poor performance against the Nationals. Dog shit bullpen. Oh yeah, props to Jose. That guy had some fucking stones. What a stud. Let's get to Sean's call. Before we get to Franklin's and Zach's.
They got the win. That's about the only positive for tonight. Both teams were sloppy. Luckily, the last error of the night was made by Washington. The real injustice in this game is that Orion Kerkering gets the win. I mean, I don't understand at all his pitch selections in Nathaniel Lowe, but the Phillies overcame it. I feel bad again for the starter. I feel bad again for Zach Wheeler that another win gets taken off the board with this inept bullpen and the shoddy defense. I mean, I'll say that you can give this team credit for heart and guts tonight and battling back. There were a couple good at-bats. Even Johan Rojas in the 9th inning with 2 strikes was able to do just enough to manufacture a run. But it's got to be better than this. I mean, it's not really a win that you can take a lot of pride on. Yes, they came off the deck, but sloppy defense, bad pitching, bad pitch selection, couple opportunities to drive runners home that didn't get done. But you won. That's the only positive.
I agree. I definitely do agree. I'm surprised that there was not much shitting on Trea Turner here. It's like... it's like with Trea Turner and Johan Rojas today, oh yeah, shit on their defense because Jesus Christ, that was terrible. But both of those guys were the main contributors offensively. It's like you got the best and the worst. Specifically for the Trea Turner experience. Johan Rojas, no one was fucking expecting him to hit a solo shot today. And also getting the sacrifice fly to tie the game. Now granted, Bohm was out. If it wasn't for Ruiz botching the ball. Holy shit. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I do feel bad for Zach Wheeler. It does annoy me, like this is me nitpicking Zach Wheeler, but it is annoying that he keeps allowing home runs. I believe he's allowed a home run in every single start. And I feel like that's his only source of runs being allowed are the solo shot, or not the solo, just the home run ball in general. Like, that's annoying. And people get annoyed with Aaron Nola's. It annoys me with Zach Wheeler. It just does. Because I guess now we got to guarantee there's a home run in every Zach Wheeler start at this rate. Jesus. Like I said, that's nitpicky. Okay, let's get to Zach's couple of calls here.
Well, a win is a win. That's about as ugly as it can get. I mean, you're thinking this thing is over from 5-2, sitting back, almost relaxing. But Johan Rojas misplays the ball. His second poor defensive play of the night. And Trea Turner, he also had a couple bad defensive plays tonight. I mean, looks like he's back to normal at shortstop. But man, I mean, it was a good game for Trea Rojas at the plate, and Schwarber smacked the homer. Wheeler pitched well. But I'm going to be honest, if Rob Thompson has any stones, those two cannot see the lineup tomorrow. He has to send a message.
He's not going to.
That shit is that shit is unacceptable.
He's not going to do it.
You just can't have that. This team is too desperate. All right. You can't have that. That is, I don't even know what to say. I was sitting there pissed off. Orion Kirkgreen, for whatever reason, throws a sweeper to low. I mean, that thing, it wasn't a terrible pitch, but it was right where lefties like it. And he needs an actual secondary pitch that he can throw to left-handers. You can't throw sliders to left-handed pitchers to left-handed hitters as a right-handed pitcher. I'm sorry, I'm out of sorts here, but dude, that's what the Phillies do to you. You know? God, they won, but it feels like they lost. Again, a win is a win. We'll take it. Hey, at least it's going to be a more encouraging go Phils tonight, as it has been for a while there. So thanks, Amadeo. I guess you might be a good luck charm. You might not be a good luck charm. However it works, you know, got it done. Go Phils. Peace.
I don't even know. I don't even, like I said, it was the dumbest game I've ever fucking attended. It was the dumbest game I've ever fucking attended. Jesus. Okay, Zach's got the one more pitch right here.
I'm sorry, my first call was wacky. I absolutely rambled on. Brain was kind of misfiring there, but anyhow, I just wanted to touch on two things. One was, what was Dusty Watson doing on that Trea Turner hit to right field, holding up Rojas? And then why is Johan Rojas stopping between third base and home plate? I mean, I don't know why the Nationals guy didn't throw it, but it's just short. And in the ninth inning, you got very lucky there because game was damn over when Cruz catches that ball and absolutely guns Alec home. But Ruiz tries to get the ball a little too fast. I was listening to Larry Anderson said he really could have gone and caught it and still had time to tag him. And then you got very lucky with another wild pitch. Bryson Stocky's home. So I don't know. You must be good luck, Amadeo, because that was an improbable win. So I'll keep this short. That's all I wanted to say. Forgot to touch on that, but phew, you got it done, I guess. Somehow.
I don't consider myself lucky watching that shit. Jesus. No, I don't. No. Now, granted, that was my second game this year, and they happened to win both of the games that I've been to, but holy shit, that was the dumbest game I've ever watched. Jesus Christ. Alrighty, my God. That's what we're going to call it tonight. I wasn't expecting the stream to go as long as it did, because I got to go edit for Brodes, because he already uploaded his pod, and I'm sure he is very pissed, as he usually is. So, yeah, that's where I'll leave it tonight. So, appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to use the code TTPSPORTS and all at SEATGEEK, $20 off your first purchase, and also leave a follow at TTPSPORTS on TikTok and Instagram. It's good stuff. So, thanks, guys, for tuning in. The Phillies, yeah, heart attack.